Hey trackies, welcome back to another video. Please remember to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. That's how the video gets to the YouTube algorithm. Share the video if you care. I hope you care, so share, and yes, please sound off in the comment section below. Monica served and we ate. Absolutely filled to the brim. I'm absolutely gassed right now. Hold on, that sounds wrong since I said I just ate. But anyway, that being said, I'm filled up from the action. The Jamaicans came out and they delivered. I'm excited. I'm gassed for Jordan Scott. When I tell you he had me so pumped during the men's triple jump event, I love athletes like that transfer all their emotions to the fans that are watching. And I'm excited and thrilled to dive into the event that I have left to wrap up here on TXT Track Time from the Monaco Diamond League. Now, of course, I'm going to start with Jordan Scott because you don't know, say, he is Jamaican, and I know some of y'all want to stay on and I really like play, attention to the field events, but mega force to still. So Jordan Scott comes out in the men's triple jump. He has been having the season of his life and he's fresh off the national champion win, right? So he's now our national champion in the men's triple jump and he came out with fire in the pit of his stomach. When I tell you, Jordan Scott jumped PB after PB to grab that win in the men's triple jump, jumping a new personal best, 17.52 meters. In second place was Mohammed from Algeria, and he jumped a 17.23. And in third place, the world leader, Andy Diaz, and he jumped a 17.19 meters. Now, Chakis, let's get into Jordan Scott. Now, he was under pressure in the beginning of the competition. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I love these types of athletes because they rise to the occasion. So after jumping that 17.10 meters in the second round, he decided that, hey, I am not coming into this Diamond League event after so many wins on the Diamond League, back to back wins, new personal best each time he steps out, and lose here. Oh, hell no. Especially after becoming national champion, I'm going to show you the goods that I have. In the fifth round trackies, he jumps out to a massive personal best, 17.44 meters. And if you're wondering what was his personal best before, it was a 17.34 meters. But Andy Diaz was still there and he was still a live threat. And on his sixth and final jump where, they flip the order so the leader jumps first, he decided that I'm not leaving it to chance and he jumps another personal best, 17.52 meters. Wow, fantastic from him. So of course we were living dangerously because I'm not gonna lie, Andy Diaz, his last jump, especially the final phase of that jump, had me clutching my heart. I was like, oh my gosh. But he fell short in the pit, but his execution towards the pit to me looked really, really good. So I was scared for a moment. But look here, we had Jordan Scott hold on for that win. Really, really fantastic clutch jumping. He's a gamer. He's a championship performer. And trackies, incidentally, I hope you remember because of France season begin me a talk about Jordan, and me I said, look here, Jordan, if he go get up to mid-17s if he want be a part of the medal conversation. And I watched him during the World Indoors and I said, Jordan, look like it's quite there yet, but make us see how the season are going. You still have to go give it that mid-17. And look here, as we're getting closer and closer to the actual World Championships, this man is pulling out the performances. I'm so excited. That 17.52 puts him second in the world. And as I said, a solid medal contender for the World Championships. That's all I asked for. I asked for 17 mid. He gave me 17 mid. Trackies, I'm super excited for him. I can't wait to see what he does at the World Championships. As I said, he's a gamer. I know he's going to rise to the occasion and he's going to bang out, one of his best performances to put him on the medal podium. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gassed, as I said. But let's move on to some more entertaining action that came up. So let's talk about the women's 100 meters where Julien Alfred lined up there. Now, as far as I was concerned, given the lineup, I didn't believe she would be challenged, and she wasn't challenged, and she ran a 10.79 seconds for the win. Jasia Shears was second, and she ran at 11.02 seconds, with Zoe Hobbs being third, 11.11 seconds. Now, definitely saw that, she was a bit more determined to prove to the world that, that loss, that was kind of like a fluke. I'm back. I am the Olympic champion. I'm here to dominate, and she dominated that race. Like the commentator said, she she actually did look a little bit pissed, so that was pretty interesting, seeing that reaction out of her. But this is the nature of the game, trackies. And a lot of people ask me, why did I give Melissa Jefferson, the no favorite tag over Julian Alfred, and it was just one loss? Well, I am not underestimating a hungry athlete, and Melissa Jefferson has proved to me race after race after race that she's super duper hungry, and now she's undefeated, taking down the actual Olympic champion. And I'm actually thinking about 2023 when I was watching a very hungry Sha'Carri Richardson, and she was winning race after race after race. She was winning, and I was still saying, hey, Jamaica still got this. And by the time we got to the World Championships, the hunger and drive that Sha'Carri Richardson had from earlier on in the season, winning every race, pretty much undefeated in that 100 meters for 2023. She proved to be the victor at the end of the day because she was really, really hungry and determined, and she wanted to prove to the world that she was one of the best. And what I'm witnessing here from a Melissa Jefferson is literally the same thing. From a talent perspective, I definitely think that Sha'Carri Richardson is a bit more talented than a Melissa Jefferson. But let me tell you something. You see, when these athletes are putting in hard work, nothing trumps hard work, not talent. Talent doesn't trump hard work. You see, those athletes that are willing to put in the work will 9 times out of 10 be the talented athletes. And that's what I'm witnessing here with a Melissa Jefferson. So that's why I have her, for the favorite tag heading into the World Championships. But make no mistake about it, Julian Alfred is also heavy favorite heading into that World Championships final. The only two athletes right now that I think have separated themselves from the rest of the field is Julian Alfred and Melissa Jefferson. I'm waiting to see if there's anybody else that will turn up at the World Championships, because we have to also take that into consideration, what type of shape, a number of the other athletes will turn up in. But as things stand right now, Julian Alfred is right there as a favorite as well, and I believe will be going for gold. Who will win that gold at the end of the day? We have to wait and see. But I'm happy seeing her come out here really determined and really wanting to prove to the world that, hey, that was just a one-off thing. This is competition. I'm here and I've won and I've dominated the field. On to the next one, right? So let's see what happens as the season progresses. Unlike majority of the world, that has to do trials, Julian Alfred doesn't have to do this whole trials game. So really, she only has to peak one time, and that's at the World Championships. And I don't think her peak has come yet. Definitely think she has 10.6 in her. I'm looking for 10.6 by the time we get to the World Championships. So I'm excited to see how much she will progress for the rest of the season. That being said, fantastic win from her. Let's continue to the next event. And this one, trackies, I ain't gonna lie. Going in, Noah Lyles did, I believe, disable his Instagram. And I was thinking to myself, it's interesting that Noah Lyles is disabling his Instagram, considering that, he pretty much set the kitchen on fire himself. You know what I mean? He set the kitchen on fire himself, and to see him running out of the kitchen is ridiculous. But I was like, you know what? It's his first race of the season. Let's be fair, just like we are for many of the other athletes. Let's see what the first race looks like, and then, we can judge. And boy, when I tell you, I saw a little snippet of him coming around the bend, and I thought to myself, this looks good, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take down a little Tebogo. Boy, was I wrong. Noah Lyles came out in his first 200 meters race of the season opener practically, and took the win in the men's 200 meters, 19.88 seconds. In second place, Tebogo. He ran a 19.97, and in third place was Charamba, and he ran a 19.99. Only those three athletes dipping below 20 seconds. But let's get into it. One thing I appreciate about Noah Lyles from a technical perspective, over the years you can see the improvement. Now I'm looking at him, he's a definite threat, not only because he's clocked certain times in the past and he always has the possibility of getting there, but because he's so technically good, every single time they run, they will run fast times. And Noah Lyles has literally come back in his first race and reminded the world why he's one of the favorites heading into the World Championships to potentially defend his 2 crowns. And that is the men's 100 meters and the men's 200 meters. And I'm certainly not underestimating him, especially after this 200 meters. I'm keeping my eye on him when it comes to that 100 meters for sure. Because if it's one thing I know, quite a number of the athletes that run fast, let's talk about Shane Thompson. From a technical perspective, there's a lot more room for improvement. From a Noah Lyles perspective, not so. So you'll have these athletes come into these races and execute a race better technically and go away with the win. And it's not because they're faster, but they're managed to execute the best race that they can put together at the right moment. And Noah Lyles has that. So I am keeping my eye on him 100%. As a matter of fact, he's a major, major threat. I'm hoping the rest of the world is looking. I'm hoping our Jamaicans are keeping their eyes on Noah Lyles because he's not one to be underestimated when it comes to these events. But anyway, good run from him. As I said, I wasn't expecting him to win, but he took the win, so fantastic. And as I said, he's a major threat now. Major, major threat. If you weren't looking at him before, keep your eyes on him for sure. No, I do think he will head off to the USA Championships and do those rounds. I do think he needs races, right? So I expect to see him there. It won't matter. He has 2 buys, but I do believe he will turn up to get some races underneath his belt. Let's see little Boho. I have to say, given how close he was to Noah Lyles coming off the bend, I thought he would have overhauled him in the final 50. I was actually surprised to see that he was not able to overhaul a Noah Lyles. But then I'm also reminded that sometimes we see these athletes slowing down trackies. It's not because they have so much in reserve. So when they're actually really tested in a race, then their true form actually shows. And that's what I thought happened here. I definitely thought he was tested in this race and he just didn't have it to come up for the win in this men's 200 meters. It definitely doesn't write him off for sure, because let's be fair, he's also coming back from an injury as well, and this is his second race back. So while this is Noah Lyles' first race, this is his second race back. So let's see what happens between these two athletes by the time we get to the World Championships. It's definitely gonna be a cracker, though. I can say definitely not seeing a solid favorite as things stand right now. I just know, given what I've seen from Noah Lyles in his first race, that he's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Anyway, trackies, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about Noah Lyles coming out and winning his first race? I didn't think it would happen, but it happened. I guess he's ready to turn back that Instagram on so that he can, hear everyone saying, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? But anyway, trackies, let me know your thoughts. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.